Hi guys, this is Kaj. Welcome to Iphonotip's by Iphonograph. If you can't already tell, I'm very excited to do this live demonstration of Iphonotips for you guys today. This is the very first. You've seen me provide you with a lot of screenshots and a lot of text in my Facebook page, but I think that this live demonstration thing is probably better. So I can go ahead and go into the tool, go into the application and show you guys around, right? So I originally created iPhonograph and Iphonotips for mobile photographers. So whether you are an Android user or an iOS user, I hope you guys learn a thing or two today. Okay, so before we begin, let me introduce to you Tippy, who will be helping me out with the application today, with showing you guys around. There you go, jumping up and down. They're very happy with his job. And for our very first tip, let's go back to the very beginning. The very first tip that I introduced, which is photo manipulation and getting rid of the anomalies within a photo. And what do I mean by that? Let's go to my photos just very quickly. So I'll show you this photo very simply, composed. We have our motorcycle at the foreground, the city in the background. We have beautiful clouds and beautiful sunset right there in the middle. However, it is, a letdown that we have an ugly dot right there. It's the dot of death, I call it, the dot of death. Normally it'll be alright because that is actually the Iphonograph logo, but it doesn't really help the image at this point, so we'll get rid of that later on. Similarly, we also have my friend Danton here. When we went to Hassan's walls, he perfected this jump shot, but only to be ruined by this dot of death again, or this UFO above his head. So we'll get rid of that, or those dots today, and show you one of my favorite applications that I use. It's actually not just my favorite, it is a staple for mobile photography. Right at the bottom right, is that right at the bottom right? At the bottom right corner right there, it's called Snapseed. It is created by Google. So let's go ahead and open that. Snapseed is a very powerful tool. So if you guys have time, go ahead and download that in Android or iOS, and play around with it. Play around with the tools and play around with the different settings. So you can tell, or you can already have a basic understanding of how these tools work. But today we will be focusing on just one tool and then build on some of the tools, or learning some of the tools over time as well. So let's go ahead and open our image by just navigating through the open button right there. Navigate through to the image, or to the image that you want. So we'll be using this photo of Danton right there. So simple navigation on this. It would be to open a photo, just go through the open button, and then to open the suite or the tools within the suite, just go through the edit button right there, the pencil button, okay, which should open all the tools within Snapseed. All right, so again, we will be creating videos for a lot of these tools, but today we will be focusing on the healing tool. All right, so click on the healing tool. Now we're in the healing space. All right, a yoga concept, the healing space. All right, so in the healing space, simple navigation, we have undo and redo buttons at the bottom, and we also have a cancel or a save button represented by the cross and the check. So to do this, to get rid of that dot, the dot of death, all we have to do is use our finger and just click it, just click on it, right? So as you can see, it got rid of that dot, but it also manipulated a lot of the pixels around that dot, okay? So let's just hit that undo button. Why is this important, right? Why did I show you guys this, right? Well, So you can understand what the healing tool does, and that is that it manipulates the pixels around what you point at, right, or what you touch. And so for the healing tool, it is key to reduce the surface area by zooming in and out as desired. So for this particular photo, I would definitely zoom in just like this, just using your fingers to zoom in. That the circle or the circle there that appears represents your surface area, right? So we've now just in a way, you know, decreased our like the area that we're working in or we're manipulating. So now if we touch that dot, it'll get rid of it, and if we zoom out, it's not as you know, it's not as disruptive per se. That kind of looks a little bit ugly. I'll do it again. There you go. I think that's much better. All right, so have a play around with that and see, like, you know, you can do this several times just to make it more of a seamless sky as so. And you know, just going in and out of the frame and undoing and redoing just so that you get what you want. So what I wanted was to get rid of that dot, and now we've just done that. Okay, so we can do that to the other image as well. We'll just navigate to that very quickly. There you go, the iPhonograph logo right there, which I don't want at this point. Just open up the healing app and just getting rid of that by touching that dot. Okay, so now it's gone. All right, so for which type of photos do I use this for, aside from sunsets and sunrise? When I'll show you one of the photos, like, because I'm a big fan of perspective, such as the photo I'm opening up right now. So we have this beautiful perspective of a school that I went to. However, like, you know, there's a lot of noise in the background, and what I mean by that would be these well, aside from the bin, which is obvious, I can't get rid of that, but we have like these two set of lights here, and also this dot over here. There you go, that dot over there, which is in a way for me distracting, right? So what I usually do is I would probably lessen the brightness of this, but an easy fix would be to use the healing tool. I'm zooming in just a little bit and just getting rid of those dots, right? This will be a little bit tricky for this dot because it does still remain there, but you can use the healing tool multiple times and just go in and out of the tool, to get that desired result. As you can see, that disappeared like as quickly as we did it. Now let's go to that dot in the foreground. Let's see if that gets rid of that. There you go. It did that beautifully, but I screwed that up. So I did that quite beautifully, right, to get rid of those elements. And now we have a very clean image of this perspective shot, so we can focus the viewer's attention to the perspective shot, which is what I wanted. It also now draws us to the bin, the only bin that's right there on the left corner there, and it now becomes part of the composition, right? Another way that I use this would be for another image that I want to show you. So let's open another image. There you go. For things like this, so we've now gone through extremes. We've gone through very bright light, and then we've gone through very little light, and then now we have one in the middle. So there's no sun, there's no manipulation in the foreground, but in this composition, I just want two birds. I really don't necessarily, I don't want three birds, right? So in that case, it's as easy as using the healing app and just getting rid of the bird. Oh wow, that's an awesome result right there. There you go. Just got rid of that right there using the healing app. So now I have two birds. and I can probably write a supplementary text about lovers or whatever, right? So it really depends what you want. It is a matter of taste, and usually I clean up a lot of my images using the healing app. So that's it for the very first Iphonotip. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you guys want to, shout me a note or ask me a question, you can follow my Facebook page through these channels. I also have my Instagram and my Twitter. But most importantly, I also have my webpage, which is www.iphonogra.ph. So please visit my my blog. I have a lot of my writing and also put in a lot of my photos in there just to put everything together. So if you guys are not following me already, please give me a follow, or if you have any feedback, please provide that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this Iphonotip today, and hope to see you later. Bye.